Ayubowan and Vanakkam. Good evening, everybody. Today we are starting our Leads meeting as usual. Today is 30th July, Sunday. And before I talk or introduce the speaker, I will just, as usual, show a few slides to explain our mission and give a bit more information. So we've been in the quest to promote interfaith harmony, and today is our third preliminary discussion on Hinduism, and ultimately to make Sri Lankans proud of becoming one country and a one nation, basically, with one law. So to get there, it's a long journey, but we can do it if we come together. And that's why we keep discussing our national issues. So in the today's world, if you take the whole world, people are always on the quest of fulfilling the economic and material pursuits. And because of that, we are always in the pursuit of something. But if you look at the world, there are religions, and we know only a few. But if you look at the total number, there are apparently 4,000 religions in the world. So if you look at the global distribution of the religions, it's something like this. You got about 32% Christians globally, 23% Muslims, and 15% Hindus, and 7% Buddhists. So there are also unaffiliated, like 16% as well. So that's a majority, quite a large number as well. So within this context, only we'll have to look at our religions and our aspirations. So of the so many religions, there are four major religious traditions that's been classified like this: Abrahamic and Dharmic. So Abrahamic is Christianity and Islam, whereas Dharmic is Hinduism and Buddhism. So these are the two areas that we have to focus on for in the Sri Lankan context. So people have gathered various advantages to the society based on religions and faiths, because it plays a crucial role in establishing our connection to the divine and developing the belief that there is a supreme energy that acts as a regulator in our day-to-day lives. So what kind of advantages we see? So religion can be a source of comfort and guidance, and which is very predominant in Sri Lanka for some people. It can provide a basis for moral beliefs and behaviors. That is basically culture. So it can also provide a sense of community and connection to tradition. So we have communities based on the religion. And then some research even suggests that it may affect health for the better. But on the other hand, there may be disadvantages in this modern society. Function of the reasoning and reliance on technology and principles of science for existence. So the science is surfacing with more reasoning and reliance on the science, and therefore some may question the need for religion in modern societies. And we've come into this discussion before as well in our forum. So it's then what has really happened is that religion has served as the catalyst for social change, which we know that. But it is not always for the good or bad, and some adapt sacred text into everyday life. Okay, that's fine. But disagreement, tension, or conflict between religious groups have led to wars and genocides. So that's the sad part of it. And the third is use of religion in politics has created major divisions, eroding into democracy and governance, which is again very predominant in Sri Lanka. Say, for example, this is from today's paper, a major headline from the Sunday Island. See what is happening. Bishop of Kurukkal accuses powerful hands on attempts to slay the cardinal. Now here, somebody is saying that Christian leader is being targeted. Now, what happens if this ever happens or whatever, even this message itself creates a division, creates suspicion, create angry, hatred, everything else. So the purpose of these are to divide, and then that's we already learned something about. But today we'll focus on Hinduism. But whatever said and done, in the future, we will have to live in a multi-faith society. Sri Lanka is not going to be any different. So in that, what we need is tolerance towards other religions without feeling threatened. Then religious festivals, for example, everyone can join in and participate to promote unity. Then learning about other religions can give you a deeper understanding of your own, which is very true. To me, it's very true. And then widens your knowledge of the world and your own logic. So here is our mission in one way. In Leeds, we are trying to also to get this harmony together so that we can work as a one country and a one nation and have one law as well. Today, the focus is on Hinduism, and I'm actually delighted and honored that Darshaka Sharma Kurukkal has agreed to be present, and is present on the audience today. So I will leave him to talk first, and he will probably do a self-introduction as to who he is for people whom you don't know, but he's a very prominent figure in Sri Lanka. And then take it from there for a very informal discussion directly with him to understand more about the subject. So thank you, and may I welcome Darshika, you're there? Yeah.
Yes, I'm there.
Yeah, I'll pin you in. Here we go. So you're pinned in to talk.
Okay.
So welcome. I'm very grateful for being here.
Okay. Vanakkam, Ayubowan, and Namaste to you all. It's very happy to meet you all in this gathering. So first of all, I would like to thank Dr. Chula, who was giving us a good opportunity to have such a good dialogue through to know how about the religions function in Sri Lanka, especially the Hinduism. Foremost ancient religion, what we practice in our Sri Lankan style. So, first, Doctor, I'm very thankful to you for giving me a good platform to speak about our Hinduism. Same as I'm Darshaka Sharma, I was the Kurukkal. Kurukkal means the most higher priest. And I'm also not only a priest, I was completed my law degrees, and same as I do social works and so many social activities I conduct, and same as I was appointed in many institutions like higher authorities of our religion institution, same as so many public service religious institutions and all. So shall we start the chat
Yes,
dialogue,
please. Yeah.
Doctor?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So today we are going to speak the ethics, more than ethics, how the Hinduism contributes to make or to build peace and harmony in this world. So normally, most of you might know as a religion, Hindus are always spacious and where they were very silent. So what the reason? Normally our teachings are based on peace. Always when you go to a Hindu temple, you may hear Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So how does that Shanti means? That means we pray three type of the Shantis that we can say like this, like Adi Adhyatmiham, Adi Bhaudiham, Adi Deviham. That the words it comes like that. That means like so many obstacles we face, like peace to build the peace in this world. Already we have a peace, but according to the human activities, sometimes we mess up our mentalities and we go and we fight, we think unwanted things, we put our effort for the negative energies, and that type of the way mankind or the people try to live sometimes for their own benefits. So the Hinduism always says, what are the people, what are the things, what happen, just you live it. But always when you take a prayer, always pray for this world and the whole human beings. So we always we end or we start end with our prayers with Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So this was foremost important thing why should a Hindu pray as Shanti? So in Shanti, the word is very common in Tamil, same as in Sinhala. So we use that word, same as we have put that word into our lifestyle. So many people have his name Shanti. Tamil also they have their names in Shanti. So Sinhalese also they have their names in Shanti. They call Shanti Akka, we know Shanti Akka, Shanti Auntie, so many things. So the peace. So we need a peace. Always we need a peace in this world. So sometimes what happened, the God has, we are the Hindus, we are the God believer people. Like in a way, another way we can say, most of the people, they think Hindus are worshipping many gods, many this thing, and so many rumors were there. But in our way, our Vedic scriptures clearly say God is one. This message is not only for Hindus, for all the human beings. How we say that God is one? In Sinhala, we say Bahuvate Ekavate. That means the pluralism of the pray or the God system concept or the oneness. So most of the people they were thinking Hinduism is worshipping many gods. But actually we say our Vedic word it's correctly say Eham Sat Vibraha Vahuta Vadanti. That means the eternal power, the Dr. Chula earlier said, the eternal power, the ever supremized power we call as God. So that God is one. Eham. Sat Vibraha Vahuta Vadanti. But the saints, the devotees, the people, according to their awareness, the awakening point, uh, internal enlightenment, like say we say liberation level, according to that, so many names they have fixed to the God. So from here we start how the Hindus treat other gods. That means always we respect other religions. This is the one of the foremost important thing we have to understand. Always you see the Hindus are very flexible to move with other religions. Always our temples are surely open for other religions because there's no barriers, no restrictions to worship in our temple according to our traditions and law. Might be some other places, maybe you may know, according to some political issues or the personal benefit, there might be a strong rules against other religions. But according to the Hindu holy textures, we accept everyone. So the foremost first level mantra, you might know, you may all know, Om. Om. What does this Om means? Okay, what does this Om means? Mean the Om, first itself a divine mantra. Just we keep that concept in a way. The second level is very important for us. The Om teaches us to accept. The Om is acceptance. The mantra, the power of the Om is acceptance. That means what you mean from the acceptance. First, we have to accept ourselves. Who am I? This is the first level searching. It starts for a Hindu's life. Who am I? So I am a body, I am a soul, or we say the Atman, or I am a thought. Like this type of the enlightenment level thinkings, it starts our spiritual life. So, Om, the mantra, it says, accept everything. What are the things you see, you learn, you may got some awakening levels, that everything, first you have to be prepared and be learning or obedient to accept. So, normally in our general routine, you might, maybe that you have been heard that Jaffna Tamilians, especially they say Om. If you say a good thing, they say Om. If you if you say a right thing, correct thing, they say Om. The Om actually very bounded with or bonded with our lifestyle. That means we have to accept. So most of the part of our religion starts from accepting. First, we have to accept ourselves. After that, we have to accept the nature. what are the environment we live, everything we try to or we start to accept. So this is the one of the four strongest platform for the Hindus as a religion to move with this nature or the society or whatever worldly thing we live to. It's a foremost important thing to accept. So when we lose the acceptance, there the problems will create. When the problems are coming in front of me, we or us, so we try to secure ourselves. When we try to secure ourselves in a positive way, if we think we do good things, something, and we secure our things. For bad time, when we think in a negative way, that creates violence, so many unwanted things inside our minds. So the main keys of Hindu systems always to avoid the violence. We say Hindus are always practice ahimsa. The ahimsa, the word, it was used in Sinhala also. So most of the Sinhala is well known this word ahimsa. So it's a Sanskrit word ahimsa. Ahimsa we say in Sanskrit. Ahimsa in Sinhala they pronounce. So this type of the concept are very useful to build a good society, not only a society, a good nation. So here, some good aspect, good things, some ideology which was promoted by Hindu culture, the Hindu religions. First, we say, Anbe Siva, God is love. Now, one word, we complete every problem with this word. Like one word is foremost important gift was given to this word. That means Anbe Shiva, God is love. We believe in a God, a one God theory. In Sri Lanka, first of all, I would like to explain before that in Sri Lanka how the Hindu practices are practices. So in Sri Lanka, we are mostly known as Saivarhal. The name called Saivarhal means the Hinduism, the name is a common name, but actually we don't have a official name. So those days our holy scripture says us as a our religion, the practice, what we do are Sanadana Dharma. Sanadana Dharma. That means the Dharma, you know, Dharma, the word of Dharma, the good way or the good path which we follow is always acceptable, not only for us, for the all beings of this creation. And it was the stable dharma. That means it won't end, it won't break. Nowadays, this word is for important for us because most of us, we say, some mistakes we do as a nation, as a religion, we say we are protecting our religion. We are safeguarding our religion. We are trying to save our people, our religion, like that concept they makes, and they do unwanted politics and they break the harmony between the people. But the religion scriptures clearly say the meaning, the name of Sanadana Dharma, the stable Dharma of this universe. That means we can't break, we can't put back, or we can't disturb this Dharma. So this Dharma is always stable, very strong, very clear. So it was bounded with the, it was mingled and it was joined with the nature. Still the nature was inactive. This Dharma will be also in an active mode. So this is the foremost important point. We should realize that what are the mentality nowadays some unwanted people are creating. We are the people who are going to save our religion. Hindus, we believe the religion, the head of our religion is our God. He will protect our religion. So what are the duty for us is to be follow the good things, follow the teachings of our rishis, follow the holy message which was given from our God. These are the things was motivated, or it was given a first level, what to say, like we can say like this, these are the good things was given to the first level of use. Like we can say these are the things first you have to practice. So we believe in God. We say God is running this world. Srishti Chidi Samhara Drobhava Anugraha. He creates, he maintains, he destroys, he do everything, and give he gives us the grace. So from this concept, in Sri Lanka, we follow the Saiva system. We call it as a Sampradayam. The foremost ancient religion system of Hinduism is Saivasa. The Mohenjo-daro, the Harappa, all the civilization was followed by the Shiva worshipping system. So from that, we in Sri Lanka, Sri Lankan Tamilians, we follow the Saiva system. So our religion based on Saivism, the Saiva religion. These are the Sampradayam what was followed in Sri Lanka. In Saivam, our god is Lord Shiva, the supremacy god, the foremost, the one and only one god theory, the Lord Shiva. So from this, we practice Anbesivam. The most important point, we say the God is love. When we say the God is love, then how can we hate another person? Just we think the God is love. Then how can we hate or we harm another person? From this point, Hinduism try to stop the hatreds, the violence, then unwanted thinkings to break peace and harmony in this society. Second, the Shanti mantra. I want to describe a Shanti mantra, the foremost important mantra in Vedic texts. Asatoma satkamaya, tamasoma jyotirgamaya, mridyoma amridam gamaya. Oh God, lead us to untruth to truth. Because asatya, we say in single asatya, boru. From that to satya, the truth, the good things. So God lead us to that. Because we are known, always the mankind, the human beings are attached with negative thoughts, like telling lies, unwanted beliefs and all. So asatoma satgamaya, tamasoma jyotirgamaya. God lead means to darkness to lightness. So, what we mean from darkness? Unwanted beliefs, negative thoughts, negative energies. What are the negative things we try to do? So, we pray the God avoid these things. Lead us to good things. The positive thoughts, positive thinking, and positive good uh, things what you try to do, all the things should be come into us. Mridyoma amridam gamaya. So Mridyu, we believe in death and birth circle. Sorry, yeah, death and the birth circle. We believe as a Hindus. What are the karmas we do? We will have a birth and we die again. We have a birth. From this circle only, we try to get enlightenment. We say moksha. In this routine, so we say Anbesivam, God is love. Shanti mantram, we say God guide us to in a correct way. And we pray always Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarve Bhavantu Suhinaha. Sarve Chantu Niramaya. Sarve Batrani Kashyantu Makachit Dukkha Bhak Bhavet. That means Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. The whole human beings, not only the humans, all the beings which was living in this nature, the cosmic, should be in swasti. In single also, I think the swasti, you use that word. Swasti. Or we can say happy, peaceness, good willings, good things which was happening. Everything comes on swasti, the good things. Sarvesham swasti bhavantu. Always the good should be with us. Or the positiveness is with us. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. Always the peace upon us. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavata. Purnam means the fulfillness. The fulfillness is always with us. Then we won't think we don't have that, we don't have this, we need that, we need that. And this thing, what happens? We don't have fulfillness inside our mentality. So we pray Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. The word Mangalam is very useful and very common in Sinhala language also. The Mangalam means all auspicious things should be with us. So these prayers always give the positive energy to the human beings. These are the good texts, the Vedic mantras we use in always daily routine of the prayers. And end of this part we say, Sarvesham Swastir Sarvesham Shantir Sarvesham Purnam Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavadu, Sarve Bhavantu Suhinaha. The Suhinaka word, it's in Sanskrit, Pali also it used, in Sinhala also there. In Buddhism, you say Sukino Bhavantu, like that, the things. Sukinaha, all the human beings in a good health, good mentality, in a good way of living. These are the things we pay. Sarve Bhavantu Suhinaha, Sarve Chantu Niramaya, Sarve Batrani Kashyantu, Ma Kachit Dukkha Bhakvet. All the bad things, we say Dukkha. In Sanskrit, we say Dukkha, the sadness. In Sinhala also, we say Dukkha. So that sadness go away from us and the happiness. So always a perfect Hindu tries to make himself happiness, same as he gives his happiness to others. Next, we say the Hinduism is foremost ancient religion which was practiced in all over the world. We say it was not only for India contingent or it not only for Sri Lanka. It religion is common for all who can love, who can wish it, or who can willing to practice these religions. Our doors are always open. There's no restrictions in Vedic scriptures, the holy scriptures, or the teachings of our holiest masters or the rishis, munis. They never say you can't practice this, you can't practice that. You are the man who only practice this religion. There are no barriers to practice the Hinduism. Very freedomly, who love or who wish to practice the practices, you can practice in a way of freedom. Next, most of our texts, when we take, it says love all and serve all. That in Tamil we say, Makkal Survey, Mahesan Survey. That means when you do a good service to the people, that will be a puja for the God. So you don't want to go and do pujas inside the temple or inside your home. You do good things for the society, for the people. That will be the puja of God. That means if you do good things, God will accept that and He will bless you. So these type of the things which we always practice in our life. And when we were starting this dialogue, Dr. Chula was telling I saw a clip which was published in this page, like about the religions, and there's there's information. Sometimes their religion will be a barrier to the new style of this new society, like how we move. Every time when the eras, the decades, the centuries got getting changed, the lifestyle of the people also getting changed. But sometimes may the religion will be a barrier for this lifestyle. But as we Hindus, we say Surudi Yukti Anubhavaha. Surudi Yukti Anubhavaha. Surudi means what the Holy Scripture says. Yukti, how we can practice that in a present world. Anubhavaha, what our holy masters have been given the knowledge, what we get from our ancestors, or the holy masters, or the teachers, or the anubhava, what you get from yourself, the experience. Anubhava, it's an experience. So from this, when you try to practice this concept, it's very easy to join with this present world. Another thing we say Vasudhaiva Kudumbaka. That means the world is one family. World is one family. We treat all the human beings as our family members. Oh, Trilokya Kudumbaha. Oh, another word we say Shiva Kudumbaha. We say Lord Shiva is the divine father. Then we are the children of the divine father. That means Lord Shiva is a father of us, means he was the father of the all human beings. Then how can I hurt my brother or my sister or my elders? So these are the one of the most important ideology which promote the humanity, social benefits, or the peace and harmony. Another way, we say, Onre Kulam, Oruvane Deva. This word comes from the ancient holiest text called Tirumandram. It was written in Tamil. The Mahasiddha Yogi, Siva Yogi Tirumular, through his long meditation, he was sung 3,000 songs, the holy songs in Tamil. So on that one of the particular song, it says, Onre Kulam Oruvane Devan. We say Kula, the word of the Kula we know. Most of the Sinhala is well known this Kula. So we say we all are in a one clan or the one routine people. The God is one. Onre Kulam Oruvane Devan. Devan means the Subramasi God. So highest supreme God, he is one. So we all are in a one family or we are in a one clan. So next we say, always you might be heard in Tamil temples, the Hindu temples, தென்னானுடைய சிவனே போற்றி எந்நாட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி. This is the motivational, we can say as a message, hymn, or we can say it's as a mantra also. In Tamil, we say, தென்னாருடைய சிவனே போற்றி. The Saiva Sampradaya is very popular in South Indian zone, in Sri Lanka, north side of the Sri Lanka. Most of the Tamilian, we practice the Saivasam. So, we say, தென்னாருடைய சிவன். That means we always call our Lord as Shiva. But all the nations call him as a God. That means we call him as a Shiva, but all the nations call him as a God. So we never say the God is only own for us. The Hindus, we never say the Shiva is only for Hindus. Only Hindus can worship Shiva. The only Hindus can follow the holy texts which was given to us. We say everyone can practice because he is the God for everyone. These are the foremost fundamental theories which was practiced in Hindu tradition, which helps us to promote social well-being, same as to promote, to build peace and harmony between our people. Or we can say it will help us to build peace and harmony inside our country. In a Hindu tradition, I see Sri Lanka, the major sections of our races. This, if you take Sinhalese and the Tamils, always there will be a political clash, not as a religion clash. So, in my idea, I have, from the small age, I have seen most of the Sinhalese are very mingled, very close, having a very close friendship with Hindu religion practices. When you see in Fridays, Tuesdays in our temple, it was fulfilled with Sinhala devotees. Same, the Hindus are having a very open heart. We accept everything. We accept every traditions. So we are very friendly with the Buddhist people. So here, Hinduism teaches another thing. In Saiva tradition, first theory of philosophical, we say the Saiva Siddhantam. The Saiva Siddhantam always says us, it accepts all styles of religions. So it never says that religion is right, that religion is wrong, you do not practice that religions. Like that type of the teachings we can't see inside the Hinduism. Because the Saiva Siddhantam, the higher philosophical method of the Saiva religion, it teaches to accept all the religions. So our holy masters, they said that according to the knowledge, according to the human civilization, according to the environment where the people have started to live, from that ground, they have started their thinking of the inner spiritual development. So all the religions are contribute in some way to develop the inner spiritual of humankind, or the man, or we can say like a humans. So it helps, all the religions helps to develop man into a man. That means we say in Sinhala, Manushakama. Like we can say in Sinhala like this, Manushayan, Taman Manushayan kiyanade amataka vela. That means the man, the humankind forgot that the human was a human. So now we have put unwanted thing inside our minds, our heart, and we becoming arrogant. So we say in Hindu Saiva Siddhantam, we accept all the religions and we say in a philosophical way, this was little bit, you can try this level. When you reach, you can try more to that level, more to that level, more to that level. Like that, we categorize all the religions into one levels of religious practices. So we accept all the religions like Islam, Buddhism, Christianity, and we say, you see in Hinduism, these are the methods of philosophical practices, mind development practices, and the spiritual development practices are mingled with these thoughts. So there's a no harming method to harm another religion. So this is the good thing I see in my Hinduism or the Saiva practices, how we, from the small days even, the small age even, we are teach to accept other religions. Another thing I want to say, in this Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam or Shiva Kudumbakam concept, it's foremost important to Sri Lanka because we say the whole universe is one family. Always the Hindus we treat not only the humans, we treat the nature, we treat the trees, we treat the animals. You see, we worship trees, we worship animals, we worship the four most powerful elements of this world, like fire, wind, sky, the stars, and everything worship. We say these are the representative of our supreme God. We say Panjabhuta, Appu, Teyu, Vayu, Akasha. That means the fire, the water, the base, the space, and so the five type of the main elements which create this world. So we say God is looking us in a 8 places. That means Ashtamurti. He was in the formation of 8 places. That means the fire, the water, the sun, the moon, same as in our Atma. God is living inside our souls. So Prithvi, that means the base. We can say, we can call it as a land or something, but we say the base, uh, and water. So Prithvi Appu, Teyu is fire. Prithvi Appu Teyu, Vayu is wind. Akasha is the sky or the space. And Chandra Suryaha, the moon, the sun, the Atma. Atma is our soul. And we say in another mantra, Isana Sarva Vidyana, Ishvara Sarva Bhutana. That means God was, all the knowledge is formation of God. The God was given a good knowledge. Isana Sarva Vidyana, Ishvara Sarva Bhutana. God was residing, or he was living in all the souls. Like God was inside me, God was inside you, the God was inside of all the elements, all the things what we see in this world or in the creation. So what we say namaste, the namaskaram or everything, we salutate the God who was living inside you. Then if I say namaste or vanakkam to Dr. Chula, or that not being not only for Dr. Chula, especially we greet the God who was living inside your heart or the soul. So we try to treat all the human beings as a representative of God. I treat Dr. Chula as a representative of God. I treat others who was gathered here and listening my dialogue, they were as a representative of the God. From this base, these are the good things what we always practice in our general lifestyle or in our routine. So here the foremost important things, so many things we have in Hinduism. Sorry, the so many things we have in Hinduism. It's a vast religion, vast concept, so many tradition we call sampradayas. The many sampradayas were there, but all were based on Vedic books and holy scriptures. So most of you might think the Bhagavad Gita is the first book of a Hindus, but actually the first book of the Hindus and the Saiva people of Sri Lanka is Vedas and Agamas. In this Veda clearly says Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, Chaturvida Palapurushartham. Four good ways which helps us to live a good lifestyle in this world. First, I said that Hinduism called as Sanatana Dharma. That means a perfect lifestyle and stable lifestyle of this universe. Same as Dharma Artha Kama Moksha. Dharma means the good things, good willings, good practices, good concepts, and good habits all comes into the Dharma. Artha, the doctor says, the economical world we are living. But Hinduism says, earn in a proper way and live happily. When you start to earn, don't hurt others, don't harm others. In a rightness way, in a good way, in a truthful way, you earn what are the things you need for your worldly life. So, earn what are the things you need essentially. So it says about the servings. It says earn very well, use for your family, use half of your this, divide it into the three parts. One you put in a savings, one use for your family, one part of your earning you give to this society to develop the society. So these are the good things, practices in an economical way. Dharma, Artha. Kama. Kama means what are the wishes we have. So this is the important thing, concept. We should more focus. Because nowadays some people say, I had a vision to save my religion. I have a vision to develop my race. I have a vision to develop my society. Okay, you have a vision, you have a wish, but that karma, that thought should not hurt others. So we say, what are the vision, what are the things you want to enjoy in this world, or you want to have this, you can have. Dharma, Artha, Kama. Kama means the wishes, willings, whatever things you want to enjoy in this world, you can do it. And the moksha, when you practice these three in a correct way, automatically you develop yourself into enlightenment state. So from this base, these are the four parts of the base theories fully practiced in Hinduism. So here today we are talking about our country, how to promote interfaith, interharmony with religions. As a Hindu, I say, as a religion wise, it's very easy for a Hindu to contribute to build peace and harmony in Sri Lanka. Because most of the Sinhala brothers are very friendly with Hindus. They are all, most of them are practicing our Hindu traditions. So you see, in our New Year days, our auspicious days, we always treat others also. We give our foods, we call them, like this type of social practices are included in our religion traditions. So these are the foremost things which helps to communicate with other religions people. So now I can see some other religions, uh, they don't have a chance to communicate with others. Always the Hinduism open a door to communicate with other people. So this is the plus point of the Hinduism. We are given a fully freedom to communicate with others. Our holy master says, all over the world, the student should be come to my place. The rishis, the prayers of the rishis say, all over this world, there are the people who are seeking good things, who are willing to do good in this world. Let them should come and join with me. So this is the one of the prayer I have learned in Vedic classes when I was a small boy, when my grandfather was teaching me, the Rishi was praying, oh God, give me good students, give me good seekers who are willing to find themselves, who are willing to build a good society. Let them come and join with me. So I try to practice this with all the members, all the families, all the my friends who are in Sinhala, or they may be a Muslim or they may be a Christian. There's a not matter. That religion is a not matter, but we can try this concept in our life. So these are the some fundamental thoughts of Hinduism which helps us to promote the social harmony. So another final thing in Bhagavad Gita, always Bhagavad Gita says, first, before you find your own God, first you do your own duty. Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga. So Karma Yoga means you have to do your duty. As Sri Lankans, I think the point where we got failed, we are failed to do our duties. What are the duties? As a human being, I have a duty for my family, my individual, and others, and all, everything what we have as a duty, we have. But are we doing our duty in a perfect way? If you see, I am a priest. I should think I am doing my duty perfectly or not. What are the duty of a priest? Guiding my devotees in a correct way. If my devotee go and fight with another person, there will be a failure in my duty. As a doctor, how the doctor should active? He should care of his patients and everything. But we all have a common duty. What is the common duty? We have to keep the peace and harmony, and we have to share the love with others. Did we did or not? So Krishna clearly says in Bhagavad Gita, every man have a special duty. Now we are doing another type of a duty. We are gathering, we are having some mottos, and we are discussing in a good topics. This is also will be a part of our life, what we will fulfill in our duty. What is the duty for us in this present movement is build a good nation. It's Sri Lanka. We are the people who was having responsibility to build a nation with unity, or the nation with very social, like we can say, like very social fulfillness with the happy, peace, harmony, and so many good things to be built. So in Sri Lanka, there are a main thing I see. There are no more biggest clash with religions. All the religions are very friendly. But some people, for their political, like we can say, like we in Sinhala we say Deshapalana Labhe. That means for their own political benefits. Or Paudgalika Labhe, the individual benefits, the political benefits, the individual benefits, they try to break this bond. So I say, there's the religion has good bond between us, but some people, for their political needs or the individual needs, they try to break this bond. So as we Hindus, we are always against that type of a people, because we say we love all, we serve all, we all are one family, Shiva Kudumbam, Vasudhaiva Kudumbam, and we always pray Sarvesham Swastir Bhavadu Sarvesham Shantir Bhavadu. And we always pray Raja Dharmiko Bhavadu. That means the leader who was in top of our authority should be in a correct way. Dharma, in a correct way, he should rule the country. So this we know because our rishis are seeing the past, they can see the present, they can see the futures. So from that only, they have prayed and got these mantras from heavenly because they know what will happen in future. So they say the Raja Dharmiko Bhavatu, the king should be in a good path. Same as we say, Loka Samasta Sukino Bhavantu. That means all the universe should be in a good way. The Sukino Bhavantu, the word was common for Hindus, the word was common for Buddhism also. And the practices, what we follow, same the practices the Buddhism will be following. So we say we never hate, we never say untruth, like we say Panchamaha Pabam. That means 5 types of the sins. That means telling lies and eating non-veg, like that type of the things we say Panchamaha Pabam, robbery, killing, and these are the things. The same aspects are practices in Buddhism also. So how we are bonded. So here one thing I would like to say. Most of the religions, always I teach my students, the religions are always seeking the good things about the society. So religion try to promote the human beings into the higher enlightenment level. So from that, it correct the society always. So these religions always like you can say like this: the time of the religion or the teachers' birth of the religions, like say the Buddhism, the Christianity, Islam, and other religions, the way of the religion, the time of the religion start, where it begins, that might be different. The names of the holy texts, the languages of the holy texts might be different, but the motive of the old religions are same. What is the motive of old religion is that always encourage to build peace and harmony between mankind. In Sinhala, I say my students, සියලුම ආගම නැත්තම් ශාස්තෘවරුන්ගේ කාලය නැත්තම් ඒ ආගම බී වෙච්ච ස්ථානය නැත්තම් ඒ ආගම පටන් ගත්ත කාලය වෙනස් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ ආගමේ තියෙන පොත්ගේ නම, ඒ පොත්වලින් තියෙන භාෂාව වෙනස් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒත් ඒ ආගමේ තියෙන වටිනාම දේ තමයි ඒ ආගම සියලුම බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ මනුෂ්‍යයන් විදියට ජීවත් වෙලා උසස්ම මෝක්ෂ, ඒ කියන්නේ අපේ our religion we say the මෝක්ෂ, උසස්ම ස්ථානයකට යා යුතුයි කියන බලාපොරොත්තුව තමයි සියලුම ආගම වලට තියෙන. That means the name of the texts, the language of the texts, might be different. The holy masters might be different, but the main motive of the old religion texts are same. What it was to build peace and harmony and unity between mankind. Not only between mankind, it treats all the beings which was living in this world. So we say, as Hindus, we say we are the people who are bound, we are the people who are very friendly with the nature. We are the people who very friendly with the environment also. We treat the environment part of our life. We treat nature a part of our life. We treat a cosmic part of our life. We treat the other animals part of our life. If we treat other humans, they are the part of our life because we have connectivity with all of us. I can't say I don't have connectivity with this nature. I can't say I don't have any connectivity with this animal. I can't say I don't have any connectivity with this powerful elements. I can't say I don't have any connectivity with this Muslim man. Or I can't say I don't have any connectivity with this single friend. That type of the concept Hinduism never promote. It says we all are connected with each and each other. So here we want to know how we have connected as a society, as a family, as a religion, as a nation, we have connected. So I can't say I'm a Hindu, I just only pray my prayers and I never contribute to my country. We always pray Deshoyam Nirubatravo Astu. That means my motherland, my mother country, which I was born, it should be with happy. Nirubatrava. We say Ubatrava means the word Sinhala also you say the harming things. So it go away from our country. So I pray we can build a good Sri Lanka with peace, happiness, social, like social harmony, same as good friendly minded religions together. That's all I want to say. Especially, it was not, I was briefly, I was not example telling about the religions, most things like religious concept, but I have took and I selected the how Hinduism promote, how Hinduism motivate to build peace and harmony between humans, between societies, between our country, same as in a global way. These are the things I want to share my thoughts with you. So that I have selected some holy texts, holy concept, and some of the mantras. How can we get this knowledge from that? So Hinduism always says Ariyami. That means we don't awakeness. So we don't have what to say. We were not awake about this problems. So without awakening position, always we get failure. So the man who got awakened, that means enlightenment state, or we realized ourselves. First, Om, we say, try to realize who are you and accept yourself. From that, we try to accept others. From these are the ways we contribute to uh, build this social harmony in a religious perspective. So I believe the what I said, you can get it. So these are the things I want to say. How the Hinduism contribute to build social harmony, unity between Sri Lanka. No.
Namaste, Darshika. It was a delight to listen to your talk. There are so many common things that we can all learn from. And being a Buddhist, I must just mention a few similarities. One, we talked about of supreme energy, and also you talked about positive energy and negative energy, which is a very common thing. It's common in the scientific world as well. So these are things that needs exploration further. But religion obviously has described this long years ago, because there was something to it. That's why you hear these things. And then Om Shanti. Om Shanti is something I've heard very often. And the similarity in Buddhism is Maitri Bhavana. Yeah, Maitri, where you say, Sielu Satyo, Nirogi Vetva, Svopat Vetva, Nivan Dakita means all beings is not human beings. All beings should be
All the
healthy and
creations.
happy and go to the ultimate bliss. Now, this ultimate bliss may differ, but we can talk about that later on as well between the religions as well. And it was wonderful that to hear all these kind of very positive messages and being very open to all the other aspects and discussion as well. So I'll open the forum for discussion. So if anybody wants to ask any questions, please do so. Yes, Kitsiri. Yes, Kitsiri.
Yeah, thank you very much. Actually, we have to give a special thank to Mr. Sharma. Shall I call Sharma? Is okay?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Sharma, because he gave a very brief description of the religion, Hinduism. Actually, as Dr. Was telling, that we also see that there are some similarities between, especially Buddhism and your religion, Hinduism. Because as I have heard, the Suddhodana king, the Siddhartha's father, was a Hindu. I don't know whether it's correct. So it also may be a reason for to have similarity between Buddhism and the Hinduism. And as you were mentioning, the Panchamaha Papa. Actually, in Buddhism also we have Paspao like that. But last week we discussed that Christianity. In Christianity there are Dasapanata. So there are also the sins are included. So there are, as you were telling, whether it was started recently or the old days, there are some similarities between the religions, because I don't know whether it is copied from one religion, because the people who have given us the basic things of religions, may have learned some other religions earlier. Therefore, his thoughts may have based on some other religions. That's why there are some similar things in all the religions, right? Actually, today I'm not going to talk about this belief and all, because last 2 days, 16th and 23rd, I talked enough things about the belief, because even Mr. Sharma was telling me you believe in one God. And Buddhist people, as you know, there are some people are there are who are believing only one God. Some people are believing in single, they call Tistung Kota Devyo. That means 30 billions of gods, right? So there are so many beliefs among the Buddhist people. But last week, I'm not today going to discuss briefly, because as scientists, actually, now people know the universe was not, I'm telling briefly, universe was not created. It was a result of a Big Bang, right? There are enough proof. And I think you mentioned about the death and rebirth. That also scientists don't believe about next life, afterlife, right? So anyway, the basic concepts of your religion is very nice, because you said do good things to all the people, right? And we have to think as a one family. So that is very good teaching and very good thing to follow. That we are all the people are in a good family. And recently, somebody sent me a song by Muhammad Rafi. It was the first and the last English song sung by Muhammad Rafi. The meaning of the song was actually equal what Mr. Sharma was telling. In that song also, Muhammad Rafi sings in English, don't do good things to all the people, because we are one family, right? So Hinduism also teaches the same thing. So that's my comment. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gistiri. Yeah, thank you, Gistiri. Very good for that comment. Anybody else who wants to ask questions, please do so.
Yes, Chula, I would like to ask a few things of Darshaka Sharma. Is that okay?
Yes, please do.
Yes,
yeah.
okay.
So, Darshaka, it's a long time since I have had an opportunity to speak with a person who is familiar with the Hindu religion. So I'm really happy to be here today and meet you. Lately, there are two questions which have arisen in my mind. Before I get to the questions, your definition of enlightenment, I found it very, very interesting. Your definition of enlightenment as a balance between dharma, artha, and karma. I found that very interesting. So to get to the questions, one is, I would like to know whether Hinduism as a religion has an organizational structure. The way we see it, for instance, in Christianity and in Buddhism. I'm not so sure about Islam, but I would like to know whether Hinduism has such a structure, and if it does have a structure, or whatever the nature of the structure that it does have, I would like to know how that structure relates to, whether it does relate to at all, and if it does relate to the Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangh in India and the Vishwa Hindu Parishad globally.
So what the reason? I little bit of your question I got into that. So what you want to get it from me as from this question?
Yeah, now as a part of the structure, you are a part of the Hindu structure, you're a Kurukkal.
Yeah. Yes, you mean that Rashtriya Swayam Sevaks and these are the structure of the part, that knowledge you want to get? Oh,
no. What I want to know first is a little more about the structure. Now, I believe until recently, there was some thing in Hinduism that maintained that only some people could become Kurukkal like you and conduct pujas. But recently in Tamil Nadu, there was a change, and anybody could become a Kurukkal, right? that was a change in the structure. And if you look at, say, the Christian faith, you get bishop, archdeacon, priests, deacons, so many people. Now, does Hinduism have a similar structure? That is what I'm trying to first understand.
Yeah. So what the reason is, in Hinduism, we have so many types based on Vedas and Agamas. From the Vedas and Agamas, there are so many sampradayas, there are branches were there. So in the branches were structured in according to their beliefs, their concepts, what they practice from the Vedas and Agamas. So as a priest way, from ancient days, like we say, you come to this point, like Varna, Ashrama, Dharma. The Varna means like 4 sections of the people. That means the knowledge and the wisdom. It's a unit. Second, like you can say like this, political issues and the defense. It's another section, the Varna. And third, economy and the cultivation and that part of a way. And the fourth one is labor force. This is the concept the Veda gives. Okay, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra. These are the concept. That means the ancient days they were lived like that. It's concept. Actually, nowadays they put an unwanted name as a jati in Sanskrit. The jati like caste they say. Actually, the Dharma Varnashrama philosophy of the Veda is not caste system. It was a concept like wisdom people, knowledgeable people, ruling people, who are the people who are defending us, the people who are having the economical strength of a society, people who are giving the manpower, the labor forces powers. So in you take in a society all over the world, in any country, you can practice this method. Without this, you can't say like we have laborers, we have politicians, we have teachers, masters, scholars, priests all together. Without any society can run with this concept. This is the concept. So ashrama, we say like ashrama level, brahmacharya, grihastha, vanaprastha, sannyasa. Brahmacharya means the learning level, the students level, who travel with the God concepts. Those days, the Gurukulams are teaching medicine, Gurukulams are teaching the science, Gurukulams are teaching the social awareness, Gurukulams are teaching all the it was kept all the 64 type of the knowledge education systems were kept in a gurukulams with the rishis with that. From after that, they have become, like you say, one family, if you take that family, father is a doctor, then later son becomes a doctor, then grandson becomes a doctor. Like that, some families were there. From this concept, later on, the Brahmin section, the teachers, the priests, the masters, it came from that. Later on, the Kshatriya system, like kings, rulers, the warriors, soldiers were there. The economical system, who are people were contributing the economy, like this systems came. This is the one part of the structure. Same as the student's life, the brahmacharya. Then the family life, grihastha, means like people who have married and having families, children. They are the people foremostly given important to them. They should protect the people who was studying. And next step is vanaprastha, who was living in the worldly life as a family. Later on, he start to leave from the family attachment and he try to do realize himself, same as he try to do others to be a social service works. Okay, the vanaprastha life. Then sannyasi means fully monk. Like he was not attached with the worldly life, but always his prayers, his bhavanas, his meditation, his blessings will help the world to go in good way. These are the foremost ancient structures. From these structures, the sampradaya, the practices of the races, the practices of the land, practices of their culture got mingled and the sampradayams were found. Like that sampradayams became with the philosophical theory, the Advaita, Vishishtadvaita, and so many theories were there. So it's not a real, I don't want to say the religion basic, it was like, we're not talking in this topic as a religion. From later on, every group should have, they try to have some religion systems. Like we follow Saiva Siddhanta, we have our monks, we have our priests, we have this thing. So that people want to secure themselves. Like they say only the people who born in the Kurukkal family only become Vedic monk. Like Kurukkal, he can become a priest. These are the things later on family, the social movement, the society got adapted. But the Hinduism, it was very, especially the Saivism, It was very openly. It says every people, every group, according to their religion authority, the sampradayam which we follow, they can do their prayers. Okay, they can do their prayers. And every society, they have structures. Where India, they have some adinam level structure, madam level, like madam we say, the monarch, the mud, in English we translate that, the monks where they live. From that, we go and learn, we study. From that, there will be a sampradayam. That means a lineage of the knowledge. It comes. So these are the structures we was having in the Hinduism. But these structures helps us to create what say, if any clashes come between the social movements, but these structures are helping us. How? Like in what I was following the Saiva Siddhantam structure, we never say he is upper one, he is lower one. If we say I will be the failure, okay, equality is the most foremost concept which was practiced in our Saiva Siddhanta. Our monks, our priests, our tradition, who are follows, they follow this. But certain way, you see, if you take a hospital, there's operation theater. All the doctors can't enter to the operation theater. That type, the social way of the religion have created the priest, the higher priest, the lower level priest. They look at the duties of the temple and duties which to be carried in the social way. Okay, these are the concept nowadays in a political agenda. It was concept, and they say everyone can go, everyone can do pujas. They don't have rights. These people have stopped their rights. But if you see the holy scriptures have given the common rights to everyone. Okay, how they study, how they live, they can live. Did you got it that?
Yeah, thank you. That was
So
a pretty
the
good
Vishwa Hindu
explanation.
Parishad, that type of the things, what they were based off some religious social activities. They take some motivational thoughts from the Vedas, and they become as a social movement. Because without, like you say, I am an individual. In this world, can I try to build any individually things? It's very hard. If you, Dr. Chula, all we are gathered together, and we try to do something, we get more strength. That type of the social, like we say, communities have built from this concept. That means from the religion should be help others, but something in a good way, something in a bad way. The good way social movements are very helpful for the religion activities, but some extremists, they try to get some religion concept, they try to get it into they interpret in another way, wrong way, what it's help to themselves, like the tamange pautkalika vasiya Sinhala we say, the individual benefit of themselves, they get some motivational words from the religion, and they turn it to their benefits, and they build some social movements, some groups, some activities, and that type it goes. But in a Hindus, we were structurized. They say the clan of the rishis, the who comes from this part of that knowledgeable people unity, they can do their service. The like other part of the people, they can do their service. The who were based, because they were well practices with their own identity. So we never say he is up, he is lower, he is bad, he is good. These are the thoughts later on politically included, because they are in your thought. Before the gentleman who spoke, he said, I can see the similarities with Buddhism and Hinduism. Actually, we Hindus, we see Buddha as a revolutionary of the Hinduism, uh, revolutionary of a Hinduism theories. We practice jnana path, that means wisdom path. In Buddha's era, most of the kings, they want to turn Hindu practices for their own benefits. So Buddha raised that, he said, no, this is the correct way. This is the way how you want to see the wisdom. Like that type of a image only we see the Buddha. He was the revolutionary of knowledgeable path, because the kings, you can say, learn the era of the study the era how the Buddha kings are fighting, kings are killing the animals, kings are killing the people, they want their own personal benefits, the peoples are suffering. That type part of Buddha came, he opened everyone, he said all are equal, because kings want or the rulers want divide and rule. They tried every era, not only Buddha's time, not only Vedic time. Present we see, they the rulers, without dividing, the rulers can't live. So now in South India, there's a normal way. They say you do puja, stop them to do puja, or they only having the puja rights. The puja rights is given equally for everyone. But according to their family level, their status, their education, the rights are divided. See, the chief doctor in a hospital, he had a more power, more rights. Or in a parliament, in country, you can see the president have more power in Sri Lanka. The other level ministers have certain powers according to the authority what they have. That type in Hinduism, the authority of the human beings divided in many parts. So all you can worship, you can study Vedic studies, everything you can do it. But certain period, the politicians, not only now, ancient days also, they have played some games between them and they have created unwanted things. That practices also nowadays still practice in this society. So we want to remove unwanted practices from the society, and we have to build correct way what the Veda focus, what the rishis focus, what the God says. So this type of social movement activities or the institutions, maybe I don't know how you was having a thought of the Vishwa Hindu Parishad or others, but the name you say, but I was mingled with the Adinam traditions. What we say is we treat everyone equally. Whoever comes to learn philosophy or the way these things we teach, there's no caste boundaries, there's no nothing, no, there's no religion boundaries also. This is the way we try to live, because this is the practice from ancient days. The rishis are, the holy masters are given to us. But there are certain practices from a structure, because a country without a structure, president, parliament, judiciary, without a structure, you can't run a country. Same, without a structure, you can't run a society mingle with the religion. Any type of a structure or management structure, we need to gather the multi-population people. So religion in a Hinduism, that type of structures have been created, but not to use it is in a harm way.
Okay, okay,
Darshana,
thank you. Thank you. I understood. I understood from what you say that basically all these structures, they draw their inspiration or they draw their conceptual framework from the Vedas, and there is no doubt that the Vedas are a good thing. One more question is related to this is now even this came up at another presentation a few weeks ago. Now there is Hinduism, and also today we hear about Hindutva. Today, we are hearing more and more about Hindutva. It came up previously as a difference between Islam and Islamism. So, can you tell me, I'm not at all familiar with what this Hindutva is. I mean, Hinduism we know, but what is Hindutva?
Like Hindutva, the concept you can see in two ways. One is you can see the protection of our own religion, some people are trying to do that type of the things, past experience, the past bad experience, what they got from some other invaders, like that. They have concept to protect our own religion. It's in a social way. In a political way, if you think, it's extremism also. Like some people, they say, not me, like I speak with so many people like you and so many social activities. They see it as a political agenda. Do you got it that? So Hindutva means it's this myself also. We treat it as a extremism. The Buddhism we have extremism people. So Hinduism, some you can think like some sort of a people. They need some Hinduism extremism. So this type of a concept based on Hindutva, like extremism of a religion, that people who want to make it religion as an extremist way, that extremists are joined together, they use this concept. But actually the Hindutva concept is foremostly it was started to society to good things only. Like Hindutva means the Hinduism system to all. Means all, not only for the Hindus, all the world. Later on, it changed to protect the religion. Later on, now it was used to fight with others. So how a good concept change into unwanted way? This is the way Hindutva. But Hindutva words is the Hindu twa. Twa means you tuma, the word used, the Hinduism practices. So I don't know what was going and end. But in Sri Lanka, my sampradaya, the philosophical way, what we follow, the youngsters are not happy with the Hinduism concept. The Saiva youngsters are not happy with the Hinduism concept, Hindutva concept, because the Saivism concept is for more lovable and it were very haterous. So the way Hindutva practice in North India is very, I can't say in a public meeting, but in my view, I say they should correct themselves. But I don't know the way how you studied the Hindutva, but the Hindutva concept, the basic of the concept is very good. It's to the real knowledge of the Vedas and Agamas, the Rishis, to all. This is the actual concept. The Hindus, Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam concept is the base one. But later on, for the secular, you say, doctor said earlier, when we try to secure ourselves, we use some shields. So now the religion, they are trying to use the religion as a shield. Why? The ancient decades, 1,000 years, they say, I have met some Hindutva people who in that organization, they were very friendly with me. They say, we have attack from them, we have got attack from them, that. Now we don't have. So we should empower ourselves, our religion, our motive, we are protecting, our did this. But they don't know the God himself, he is protecting our religion. That's the belief. We in Saiva Sampradaya, we say, Sivena Stabitam Saivam, Saivena Stabidam Sivam. None of the Christian, they say Jesus is the first Christian. Okay? None of other, I don't know, other religion, they say our God is the one, our religion. We say from the Shiva Saiva system is Shiva. That means God and the religion same. So if I say my students, don't fight with others. Don't you say we are going to protect my religion. We are going to protect my race, because God himself, he will protect his religion because he is the owner of the religions. We are the slaves and we are the workers of the religion. He is owner, he is the company chairman of the Hinduism. So he know how to protect, how to devise. What he says, give the love, give the good knowledge to everyone. Bhagavad Gita say how the whole world learn Bhagavad Gita. The whole world learn Saiva philosophical, because we were like, where the problems come, we were not awakening position. We were in a we were not in a breakthrough position, we were in a breakdown position. We were in a breakdown position, we try to secure ourselves. First I said that when we try to secure ourselves, we build in a positive way. If we try to secure, we will win. In a negative way, if we try to secure ourselves, we will lose. Nowadays, some of the extremists, they are trying to use religion as a shield. It was in India, it was in Sri Lanka, all over the world, it was happening. From that people only, we get headache. So we are trying to stop them. We can't stop them because the nature of the world is we cannot able to stop anything. We can't stop the waves, we can't stop the sea, we can't stop the power. That will be also happening. But we can do what the rishis say, the good knowledge we can spread everyone. Like you people, you type of a people, my type of a people, the Dr. Chula type of a people, we were in an underground. So now it's the time to come for the society. We have to come up. So if we come up, that unwanted energies will be go down. That's the belief, I believe.
I think it was a very good message that you gave, saying that religions don't need protection. Actually, the protection is kind of being exploitation by various other interests. That's what's been happening in Sri Lanka as well. But we can surface that, religion is more like a personal thing. So you believe in something, and then your duty, as the duty word that you mentioned, is just follow the religion. That's about it, really. Nirmalan, anything else to say? Because Renuka has raised her hand as well. Yeah, go for it. So, okay. So, Renuka, you can ask the question. It's your time.
Thanks, Chula. I just want to know if there is any concept of salvation in Hinduism. And if so, what kind of concept is it?
Like salvation concept, we we never look at on like how the Christianity look out, because they have salvation. But we say like salvation happens every moment, like every second, every minute, there's a salvation. Okay, how we describe that means we say we are coming from the clan of we say the salvation could be done by the supreme knowledge. So God was giving the supreme knowledge from Rishi Parampara. We say the Parampara, the routine of the chain of the Guru Shishya Param. Guru means the supreme master, like spiritual master to the student. Then student become a spiritual master. There will be a student. That students which will like that type of a chain, Guru Shishya Parampara. So from that, the salvation will happen. How it happens? The Christian, they believe the end of this thing, the God, Jesus came, he is salvation, and that type of he was doing salvation. But we say the holy saints, the rishis, always there's a birth of a saint, there is a birth of a devotee, there's a birth of a good holy supreme the spiritual master. From that, God was guiding us. From that, we were getting some good knowledge, we were getting good practices. From that, we get salvation. When the salvation was divided in many parts, you can get salvation in, there's a Hindu practice in Saivism, Sariya, Kriya, Yoga, Jnana. This is the 4 path of the salvation to go to back to the Godhead. So Sariya means this salvation, how it happens: service to the mankind, service to the temple, service to the religion. It makes you salvation. Okay, Kriya, the spiritual practices like pujas, havans, homas, that purify yourself and you get some awakening point, enlightenment level. From that, you understand who are you. There will be a spiritual, you can say like in a fire. From that fire, you will develop yourself. That type of a salvation. Then yoga, the meditation, the practices, you see your Atma, 5 types of the body. We were not a body. Not only the sea, this is a Puda body. That means what you see is a one body. We say inside this body, we have 5 covers, Panchakosha. Okay? That Panchakosha you can see. Then later you can see you are a soul. I am Atman. Satchit Anandam. This Atma was fulfilled with happiness, peace, and everything. So this is the way. And the Sariya, Kriya, Yoga, Jnana. Jnana means from the wisdom path, you get salvation. You read holy textures, you understand that, you meditate on that, you get good knowledge from the holy master. This all come from Guru Shishya Parampara, from the God. Sometimes God makes some miracles. From formation of the gods, it's appear front of you. Like what happened to the saints, the holy master, rishis. We say Thiruvilayadal, or some kind of the avatars. They will salvate you. So, but the salvation concept was there, but not like not practices like Christianity, but the concept was there. It was applied by all over the movement, like this type of a path. Okay.
So what you're saying is salvation in Hinduism is through acts, isn't it? You actually do some through acts, whereas in Christianity,
not
salvation
acts.
Completely through the grace of God. Right.
Yeah. Not only the acts, it was salvation through yourselves. The self-realization is the first salvation. From that, when you develop the spiritual way of your life, will be a salvation. We never say the God should come and make us in a salvation way. Through our practices, through our knowledge, what the supremest knowledge was given to us, how we treat ourselves, how we treat others, from that all practices, we get some eternal power. That power lead us. We say Thiruvarul Sakti, the holy grace of God. That will salvate us, and it takes us to the high level. From that salvation level, we say the higher level of the salvation called Saktinipadam. Saktinipadam means like we were got knowing about the supreme level of the God. Because in Hinduism we say we can't bring the God's power into the one level. Like we say in Sinhala, you say Eka Ramu Atula. We can't say the God was in a boundary. He was like this, he was like this. He was supermastery power. Even though we can't think, the Veda says, Veda itself, it says, I am trying to understand you, but I couldn't understand. I am trying to see your image, but I couldn't see your image. Like that type, I am bound to you. I am supremacy. I am surrender. So salvation, where it starts, we say Saranagati. Surrender to God. From that, salvation will be starting. God knows where to keep up, where to lift up, where to teach you a good lesson. Sometimes God, like we say, no, Gurutuma tokka kaninawa. We go in a wrong way. God will give a tokka, and he say he will give us a good knowledge. And he say honda pattara palaya. That means go in a good way. That means go good thing. Sometimes God gives us a good tokka also. So he anoints us and he lead us in a good way. This type of the like Puranams, you see the Purans, the most of the salvation stories you can see on that. That means it's not in a perfect way. Man to man, saint to saint, it will be different. You can't say it in a one routine. You can't say the salvation in a one routine. That's the way Hindus we see the salvation.
But basically, it's self-earned through self-realization and
self-realization only you can salvage yourself. Then surrender from the self-realization. You start to surrender to the God. From that, God give the holy masters. God give the supreme knowledge and everything. He salvages you. That the salvation is the first step of the moksha journey.
Self-awareness, right? It's self-earned.
Self-awareness. Because without the awareness only, we will go to the failure position, awakening level. So without the awakening, without the awareness only, all the problems will be created. So when we awareness with ourselves, the problems will be stopped. That's it.
Okay, thank you very much.
That's great.
Dr. Chula, 1 minute.
Yes, Kitsiri, yeah. Right.
Yeah, actually now our audience, I don't know how many people are there joined today. Anyway, of course, all the audience might have heard the word God so many thousand times. All the problems are given to the God will look after. No, actually, this is what we discussed last time. Actually, God is a concept, right? Mr. Sharma and Mr. Nimalan or everybody, we describe who is the God. No one has, there is no one, even my wife, Christian, she has never seen a God. No one has seen a God, but we describe God. And Mr. Sharma was giving all the problems to the God. He will come and save us. He will. Actually, this is why what happened to the whole world. Why the world is not going ahead. We are going back, right? Because the reality must be considered. Reality must be thought. If that, as Dr. Chula, he's a doctor. He will, when a patient comes, he never check whether the God has given that this thing or he treat this thing. And Pope was operated so many times. So many popes. They never believe in God. When they fall sick, they go to the hospital. That's the reality. So actually, always you must think about the reality, whatever the problem. See, whether Mr. Sharma was saying that the religion will be safeguarded by the God. No. That is, if you practice good things, it is saved. There is no God to come and save it, right? So this concept actually, until this concept is forgotten by all the people, no religion, the world is not going ahead, right? Even Christianity is same. All the problems, whenever a problem comes, give it to God. And Buddhist people, when the sequence is reported, they start telling Gatha, right? What is the meaning? Right? So therefore, please you read about the concept of God scientific side and see our at least the Professor Cruz book about the evolution and read the reality and think about that. Otherwise, of course, you can describe your religion, Hinduism, Christianity. There are 4,000 religions. Dr. Chula was saying 4,000 religions. Can there be 4,000 truth? There must be only one truth in the world. There can't be 4,000 truth. So all out of the 4,000 religions, only one is true. I don't know which one is. One is the truth. There can't be 4,000 truths. So this our audience, of course, you please read the Big Bang Theory and the evolution. Then of course you will change your minds, right? Don't keep your concepts as true things. Thank you very much. I don't know whether you understood what I was telling. And last week also we discussed these things. Okay, thank you very much.
I would like to respond to
Give a small brief.
I would like to respond to Kitsiri. Kitsiri, what you have been saying, I've been listening to for the last 3 or 4 weeks. It is a very old story to me. I learned it in school. Now, what I think is it might be very interesting if we had a special discussion on this question of ultimate reality and whether the Big Bang is where it all began, and what other options are possible, and actually explored our perceptual capacities. Is the Big Bang all that we can perceive, and can we as individuals or as a species solve all the problems that we see in the world at the level of our species? And there are lots of problems in the world which exist beyond our species. Yes. Even the laws of physics are said to function only within certain limits. So it would be nice to explore these things, because otherwise we get stuck with your very limited vision of a world that was generated simply by this Big Bang. And nowadays even little children are asking, "Uncle, you are talking about the Big Bang. No, where did the Big Bang come from?" Then I have to scratch my head and tell some answer to that. So it will be good if Dr. Chula can arrange a meeting for us to meet with Kitsiri and explore this concept a little deeper.
Yeah, I think I will think about doing that. And the one important thing is that we have different viewpoints. That is the whole idea of this and having a discussion. And what we need to is to open up a little bit. I'll talk next week a little bit about that. The in a scientific way, say now I'm talking more like a scientist rather than anything else. That's a saying having no evidence doesn't mean there is no evidence. It's not been generated yet. That's how it open your mind a lot to see what it is. And today also, Mervin has raised the hand. I just take half a minute to explain this a little bit. And now today we have a similar-minded people who have worked together, and Darshaka explained very well about positive energy. Now, in scientific terms, also now people are talking about a vibe. Yeah, everyone has a vibe. Now, when we come together in this kind of forum with similar vibes, you all contribute to the positive energy that we developed. And I think Darshika will agree with me. And that has got benefits. So these benefits, I mean, from my own experience, I'm telling that these benefits may be health benefits, okay? Now, that's not a direct effect of a particular religion or anything, but that is coming from your positive energy in your mental thinking. That is how it happens. And from Buddhism, from the examples that I know from the past, from the examples, I'm telling, not because of particular typing or something like that, from the examples, I see benefits coming from this kind of vibe-based benefit comes for allergies, to relieve allergies, to reduce pain or kind of rheumatic kind of conditions, and also disabilities. Sometimes if the disability was created by something like that. These are the personal experiences that I have from the past, but not as from evidence. So I think it's better to have a little bit of an open mind. So saying having no evidence is doesn't mean there is no evidence. That's the message. So yes, Mervin. Sorry, I took a minute.
No, it's all right. Just to share a few thoughts in no particular order. But thank you very much, Ham. I really enjoyed listening to you. As a student, I spent about 6 years in India in my younger days and got the opportunity to travel quite a bit. And I took a great deal of interest in learning about Hinduism because my knowledge was next to zero when I first left Sri Lanka and went to India, and had many interesting friends and discussions. So a couple of things that I remember from there, which I want to just run past, you could comment or if necessary correct understanding. On the whole, when you look at the map of India, obviously there is a lot more Hindu population concentrated on the south, whereas in the north, both Hindus and Muslims. That was to do with the Mughals coming in from the Central Asia and all that, and the Mughal conquest and pushing the Hindus down. Therefore, a lot more traditional ancient Hinduism is rooted down south. And also the other thing I observed was there are more Shivites, the people who sort of followers of Shiva down south, where Vishnu, Shiva, whereas in the north, they tend to be Vishnuites, followers of Vishnu. So that is one of the things that I'd like to sort of check me out on. And the other thought was the belief that Hinduism is one of the few surviving ancient religions in the world. There have been many others, including the Romans, the Greeks, the Incas, Mayas, you name it, around the world. There were lots and lots of religions or ways of living and worshipping. They may not even have called them religion at the time. But one living and practicing, one of the oldest ones surviving, is Hinduism. It's a huge mixture of beliefs, lifestyles, disciplines, and so on. So a lot to be said about it because it's very ancient. There's a lot of wisdom in that. Another thing is, to some extent, this caste system, in my experience, is rooted in the Hinduism. It was based on very much establishing social order, different castes of people, families. Now, there were shoemakers, shoe menders, there are farmers, there are fishermen, that type of thing. So in a way that was done for a specific purpose then, but it got so ingrained that there was a social structure to it, looking up and down of people. I mean, I still remember a learning I had as a young man in India, not having much money. You tend to mend, repair, and use your shoes. I had a pair of Bata sandals those days, and having used it for a long time, it broke. One of the straps broke, and it was a Bata boat in Sri Lanka. So merrily I walked down with this into one of the Bata shops and took it out and said, can I get this mended? I thought I was going to the right place, Bata shoes to a Bata shop. And the shopkeeper was most indignant. He looked down on me and said, sir, we are not that caste people. We only sell shoes. We don't touch used shoes and mend them. So I had to learn the hard lesson and go to the street corner where somebody was sat on the roadside and mending them and got it mended. So, it was a hard lesson on the caste system, and as a young man learned. So that was my thinking, my learning, of Hinduism. One other thing I remember is going to a Hindu temple, a famous one in Tanjavur, where there was a big board saying, no dogs or Christians allowed in. That came as a big shock because very prominent, all board there. And then quietly, when you ask somebody, they said, oh, you both eat meat, so we don't want you in. So that was a very clear, blatant way of, a bit like the RSS, telling you in no uncertain terms, the asserting yourself. So those are my overall comments about Hinduism, the bit I remember. But I'm a big fan, particularly of the South Indian food from the Hindu tradition.
Thank you, Mervyn, for that exploration into further. Yes, any other person who wants to ask questions or send a comment or anything today?
if I may, just one more comment. This is about Kitsiri. Kitsiri, I've been listening and quite amused by, your beliefs and your strength of, your argument. And what you reminded me of Abraham T. Kaur in 1960s. On Sunday Silumina, he used to publish a series which was very popular, and I read it avidly. He was challenging all the astrologers at the time. And then there were various people rising to the challenge. Mang kannadi ekin pennanna, mang pittaniya mini pittaniya gihim pennanna kanatte harame. And he was offering a big reward. So the Silumina paper liked it because that sold a lot of papers. People were reading. But Kaur stood his ground. But at the end of the day, none of those people managed to show the bhutia to him. And he won the argument. And he was very much materialist, or naturalist, but naturalist as you like to call him. Because of that, I got a lot of interest in the man, and I got the opportunity to read his biography written in Sinhala. And the bit I learned was that Abraham T. Kaur was a Malayali born somewhere in Kerala, came to Sri Lanka, and he was teaching science, I believe, in the Colombo school. And he was quite vocal. And I believe he got chucked out from being a teacher in a Christian school because of his views, I believe. Therefore, he taught in the government school. But bless him, I mean, I like the courage of conviction the man had. And in the book, he says, at a certain point, that when it came to designing and building his house in Colombo, he consulted the astrologers who said, do not build near that cemetery, it's the most inauspicious place. Or no, this is the wrong plan. You shouldn't do it, face it that way, or the roof should be the other way. And he did everything wrong that they did not want him to do. And he built the house and lived happily there. So I admire the man. Kitsiri, you reminded me of him.
Actually,
I think Kitsiri,
Dr. Chula, can I add a little?
Yeah, you can certainly say anything you want to say.
Actually, recently, about 1.5 years ago, we had about 15 television programs of the Lanka Rupavani. It was Yata Rupa programs. And there we challenge all the religious people, all the astrologers, any person, we challenge everybody to show their powers, but no one came. Right? One astrologer came actually, and he was asked questions by the audience, right? Live programs, and he couldn't answer. The famous astrologer, he's a blind astrologer, famous. I am not mentioning his name here. He came one of the programs, and one doctor asked him, "I will give 10 birthdays, and can you forecast everything about these 10 people?" He said, on live shows, he said, "No, I can't." So so they are doing some business like that. Religious people also doing some business. Buddhist monks also business, and right, because they earn money, because they read something from old books and repeat the same. Like that, Mr. Das was asking me whether we can say what was there before the Big Bang. Can you say what was there before God? Who was before God? Before creating the world, where was the God? Who created the God? No one can answer. Was he a man or who?
Short answer, Kitsiri, is that nobody created God, and nobody created. That's the short answer. But that is not the same thing as saying the world started with the Big Bang.
My dear friend, Big Bang, there are so many. You can just type Big Bang on the this Facebook, and you can read a lot of things there, scientific facts. You don't have to go for arguments. You have to type what is Big Bang. There are enough text in the
I think I've already done that, Kitsiri. I think I've already done that. So I'm looking forward to a day when we can meet together and actually discuss these things and go beyond these things. This is too narrow.
Okay. I will. Next week, I will present the concepts in Buddhism, and then we can take up the Big Bang a little bit later, because I think it's good to have a little bit of 16% of the global population doesn't have a religion. I showed you, and that's a very large sum compared to the 7% who are Buddhists. So obviously there are other views as well. That is itself, if you put it, it's a religion as well. Say if I say, Kitsiri, you have the Big Bang religion, that's something the way I describe that. Yeah. So it's okay.
Right.
We'll leave it as it is and we'll discuss more openly and just understand the core, at least the core that everyone is saying. So I'm quite happy to entertain different opinions, but we can have a consensus, and that's what this is all about. And also, ultimate
will-
aim is to help Sri Lanka break away from these politicized religious activities, so that we only do positive energy and do our duty. That's kind of thing that we are gaming. So this kind of discussion is good. Yeah, we are getting there. Okay. Thanks for everybody.
One more thing, Dr. Jula.
Yeah.
You can contact Professor, I think Professor Kirti Devendra.
Yeah.
I think he's one of our, he may be in the
Yeah.
audience today also. Professor
Yeah.
Devendra will explain everything about Big Bang. He knows better than me.
Yeah.
Right. Professor Kirti Devendra.
I know
Okay.
Kirti Devendra. He does come out with he follows what we are doing. He might come up next time. We'll see. We'll
Yes,
see.
yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anything else?
I have a request, Chula.
Yeah.
I have a request. I
Yeah.
would like to be in touch with Darshaka Sharma Kurukkal, because as I was telling him, I've lost touch with this Hindu stream of thought and the development of the Hindu religion, and I would like to make those connections once more.
That's is that okay if I share your communication to
Yeah, fine.
Nirmalan?
Nothing.
Yeah,
Okay.
I will copy the
Nirmalan
letter.
Dasan. I can remember. Okay. The few words, doctor, I want to share with the
Yeah.
Ketsiri uncle. What the reason I would make that what he spoke, I heard. Then the Mervin, no, the next.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. Mervin Daya. He was speaking the good things. He was travel a lot in. First, I would like to answer the Mervin Aya's that this thing he was sharing with us. But the reason is the actually religion never create the caste system. The caste system is created later on according to the, like we say, in Sinhala they have Radala, Udarata, Pahatarata. Like it's an identification of the people, like group of a people. Later on, it came a caste system, and the people who get power, they anyhow, like if you imagine when Tamil people get the power, they try to underput the Sinhala people. The Sinhala people get the power, they try to underput the Tamil people. It's a nature of a mankind. So what happened? Certain period, you can't think. I would say the some of the theorians they write, the atheists they write in India, the South Indian atheists they were right. The Brahmins are always the priest caste was always underputting the other caste. Actually, there's so many years the priests were underput by other caste. There's a historical evidence. So who get the power, who get the economy wealth, who get the this thing back support of the political way or the economical way, they try to come up. So what they try later on, they put the religion label on top of them. So the people they think the religion was doing the mistake. Actually, religion was always the religion. So that caste system it was created. So, but the saints, the rishis, the later on the masters, the supernatural, like we say in the Punya Atma Sinhala, we say Pinkarapaya Ipaduna, like that type of the ancient saints, the present saints, like Swami Vivekananda, so many of that. We say in Saivam, Arvatinalu Nayanmar, the Nirmal Das uncle know that word. So the Nayanmar, the holy masters, was born in all castes. In fisherman caste, in low-level caste, in priest caste, king's caste, warriors caste, economical caste, businessman caste, all the caste system, all the 64 type of the saints, the Nayanmar, we say, they were born. And they said, caste is not matter for us. We have to seek who are we, what we can do good things for the society, how can we find God. So, the Ketsiri uncle, I don't know what the allergy with him with the God theory, but in Hinduism, we practice the God theory. So in the God theory, we say in Saiva system, the Saiva philosophical, we say God himself, he was a God. The small energy of the gods, it helps to man to develop himself. Otherwise, the God never put hands up again. We say, when mama was cooking, if I go and put anything into the mama's cooking, like mama was cooking a paripu, if I go and put some, like we are unwanted things in the paripu like that, what we say in Sinhala, atadanawa. මේ පුතා අත දාන්න එපා. God කවදාවත් දෙයියෝ කවදාවත් අත දාන්නේ නැහැ මේ creation එකේ. make creation. We can have Pati, Pasu, Pasam. The creation comes under Pasam system. Though Pati Devya, he was ultimately always he was there. The Pasam, Pati, Pasu. Pasu means the lives, Atmas. Atmas also always there. We don't know the starting point, the ending point of the Atmas. There are million and million of uncountable Atmas were there. And Pasam, the elements of the creation. When we start to the Pasam, the word of Sanskrit Pasam, you can think like the elements of the creation. What are the Big Bang theory? Everything comes into this Pasam system. So God was there, the Atmas was there, the elements was there. So, but the elements are bound with the God's power. The Atmas are bound with the God's power. All we were like you see, there's a big light. You are a torch, I am a torch. There's a lights are coming, but with this big light, every light with both bounded. So this is the theory we practice. And I would like to say it's better, Dr. Chula, to arrange the scientific way of thinking of the religions, this type of it, because today I can explain, but I don't want to explain because this is the concept how religion helped to rebuild the reconciliation of the social harmony, peace, and good things, and focusing Sri Lanka in a correct way, because stop the fightings, misunderstanding with the social aspects. So if we have a chat on the theories, what bounded with the or theories which practice in Hinduism means, I can talk about the Big Bang, because the Big Bang theory was already spoken in our Puranas, our Vedic scriptures. The weight of this earth, it was mentioned in our scriptures. And maybe I for a scientific knowledge I give, yeah, we can see we say Sagara, Muhuda, ocean. Thousands of galaxies were in this space. Out of that, there is a gel sea. About that sea, between that sea was covered. We was inside that gel sea. Like api ammage kuse inna wage, we was in the mother's womb. There's a water covered with us. From this galaxy is covered with it's a type of a gel sea. It's not an ordinary sea what we see. So that was covered with the gel type of a sea. That was mentioned in our Holy Scripture. There's so many galaxies. The beings, we are humans. So many beings, it was mentioned in our theories. So it's a scientific. Hinduism is always practical religion with its scientists. The homas, havans, what are the meditation chakras? We divide we say we were not a body. Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vinyanamaya, Anandamaya Kosham. 5 bodies are kept inside this thing. So many theories were there. But scientific fiction theories can be taken into the good platform. I was thinking, because I don't want to waste the time with about talking about scientific theory, but it will applicable. The concept what you say, we will accept, because the Hinduism teach us to accept everything. Because we accept atheists also who say no religion, no God, we accept them also. We say Lokatayam. That concept was first Lokatayam, and we say from the Lokatayam, it's developed in Sunyavadaha. From the Sunyavadaha, Brahmavadaha, the Brahmavadam, the God theory. From God theory, we supremace who is the real correct way of the God, how to be identified. So there are so many steps of the God finding process. From that, we accept atheists, we accept Buddhism, we accept Muslimsm. The theories, what they say, because it all mingle with Hinduism theories. Because I don't know, but our ancient masters, they say Hinduism is the mother of all religions. That's why we say Tennanude Sivane Potri, Ennatavarkum Iraiva Potri. I call the God as Shiva, but all the nations call him as a God. So you said the God doesn't do anything with the creation. He himself is the God. That's we believe. But certain point of the God's power which was kept or given the hood with the eternal energy of the creation, it will support the humankind to develop himself. Because God is the lovable person. We say Rupa, Arupa, Rupa, Rupa. And God comes into Sakala, Nishkala. The Sakala and Nishkala, the formation of the God, we can identify anyway. But we pray the God, give us a formation to us to identify you. That the energy comes and helps us. Otherwise, God himself is the God. And the Hinduism, Buddhism, I don't know. The Hinduism and some Islam, Christianity, this the religions based on God. God, the name, we say the concept, Parampurul, Brahmaha, Shivaha. The Shiva, the name is mentioned equal to the God. The God is in English. Shiva is in the Vedic scripture. In our Sanskrit vocabulary, Shiva means eternal, supremized power, what we say as a God. So doesn't matter, I don't know. But we concept try to put down, like promote how we can use the religion ethics. For an example, there's a knife. The Dr. Chula, he can use that knife for the operation in a correct way. Now there's a rogue. He also can use the knife. My mother can use the knife for the cookie. So how we use the concept for the social benefits or the social harmful. So here religions have all the concept because we accept everything because various thought. The Mervyn Aya, he said nicely, it's a vast religion, vast concept, vast beliefs, vast people. North Indians people tradition different, South Indian different, but we all bound with the God theory, we all bound with the Vedic, we all bound with the Rishis, we all connected with the philosophical way. So how it can be possible? Many thinking, many, so it might become a possible because large number of people gathered together, working together. So that the concept we have to promote in Sri Lanka. What I have seen, there's no clashes between the religion. I have worked long ago with the religions. My mama is very friend. My mama was a doctor. When the small days I was living with so many multicultural, multi-religious people, I was hostilized with them. So I got good knowledge about Islam, Buddhism, and Christianity and some other because I was very friendly with Sikh people when I was studying in India when I was small. So Sikh people, the atheists, so many things. But what I have seen in everyone that Dr. Chula said the truth. The Khetri uncle was speaking about the truth. At first I said all the religious scriptures, masters, maybe they were speaking in another language. But the main concept of the religion is same. Why? The truth is one. Peace, happiness, satyaha. We say satyam eva jayade. The truth is, the truth will win always. The truth is above us. So satyam, the inner truth. That's why you just think, I teach my students when they ask about the God theory, I ask, there's a many gods means every day there's a star war in the space. Every day there will be a star war in the space. But we were not having any star wars. Why? There's a one God. The Vedic scriptures nicely say, Eham Sat Vibra Bahuta Vadanti. One God. Christians say it's as a God. Some people, they say no God. They say it's a power. Okay, we'll say it's a power. So many images. So we accept everything. Eham Sat Vibraha means knowledgeable people. Ketsri uncle is a knowledgeable people, Mervyn is a knowledgeable people, Nirmalandas uncle is a knowledgeable people, Sula is a knowledgeable man. So everyone, according to their knowledge, according to their vision, they describes everything. But the description will be different. But the eternal motivation of that was same. So here we try to how we can build a good Sri Lanka. It's easiest way from the religion we can rebuild Sri Lanka in a correct way. But there is a thing we have to focus on that. Some people, I openly say, some monk, some priest, some politician, some personal benefit need people, they misguide the religions. They are the people, few of them were there, but they were more strong. How? For an example, we in Tamil we say, Oru Sombu Palil, Oru Tuli Vishambulan. Nirmal Uncle can enjoy that word. Oru Sombu Palil, Oru Tuli Vishambulan. There's a pot filled with milk, fully filled with milk. But one drop of a poison will spoil all the milk. So that type, some people, the extremist people who were spoiling this religion concept, the people who are following the religion, they are the people fighting with this. Then that the Mervinaya was telling, some of the bad experience in some temples which was managed by Vishwa Hindu Parishad, they have put a board. You can't enter, the Muslim people can't enter. Christians cannot be entered because they get some colonial period experience, Mughal invention experience. That experience was passed to generation by generation, and their mind was poisoned by that evidence, and they were acting like that. But I'm so happy to say, as we Sri Lankan, maybe Dr. Chula had heard that message. Few days ago, one of the representative from the Rome was visited to the Jaffna, and he was traveling to all other multi-religious temples like Vihara and other things. And he went to Nellore temple. Because Nellore temple, normally Jaffna people, there's a tradition, the Hindus of Jaffna, the Saivatis, the gents will remove the top clothes and they go into the temple. So, okay, that's a practice and a tradition which was followed, a culture is in Jaffna. So, this the bishop, there's a bishop, there's a cardinal, and they were all there. The foreign cardinal from who was in the Rome, he just went to the temple and he was watching the Nellore temple's activities from the outside. Then temple management request him to come inside. You come, you see the temple, you talk with us. Then how the harmony, peace was built there. Because in scriptures, Vedic scriptures, all can worship the temple. Who can want to see the temple, they can go. What happened later on, some extremists in Christianity or Buddhism or Hinduism, they used the other temples so unwantedly to what we see now, what happened in the Easter attacks and that type of unwanted attacks was conquered. Then each groups of religion, they want to protect themselves as a temple. So they want to protect they say, if you ask Vishwa Hindu Parishad, they say they will show a temple, they will mark the temple and they say, this ancient temple, this was fully built by gold, fully built by granite stones. Later on, this inventor from that religion, he came and broke and took and went. This is the thing. So we want to protect our temple. So that type of the religion people can't enter. This is the problem. So this problem, how we take away this poisonous from the society means we want to get lesson from what happened in the past, what the mistakes we did in the past. So we have to make correct in the future. Same thing, we have to focus, we have to correct this, it is in the present. Later on, we have to focus in the future. Next to not to stop happening this type of the bad experience in future. These are the things we have to do as a religious leaders or the social activities to build the harmony inside the society. So same as normally though from the long days even, our temples are already open to all kind of the people. The mostly Buddhism people, always they visit to our temple. Some of our temples are managed by the Buddhism. I am very happy and proud to say I am a Sri Lankan because Kataragama is the foremost ancient Hindu temple. All our holy texts was mentioned about Kataragama. All our saints have sung holy songs about Kataragama. But how nicely that Kataragama temple was maintained by the Sinhala brothers. It's an example. Same as how the Nagatiba temple was established later on. It was developing. That time, their surrounding people, Tamilians, have given their lands and they were with that monk. Still, Nagadiba Hamduru always with the Tamil people. The Tamil people asked the main Sinhala, you say, Dayakatva of the temple. Every Vesak and everything, the monk was reached the 60 years of his age. Tamil people celebrated the birthday in a Tamil way. He was honored. Like that type of the harmony we want to make this in country, because the religion, actually I say religion is not a barrier for build the harmony. But some people, they try to use religion as a barrier. So as social activists, we are the people, always we are in a background, like we were in back way. These people are in TV, in media, in every way they shout. We were very silent. We just do discussion with this. We were not in a ground level. That people were in a ground level. They were with the society. They work together in a ground level way. So this the time, like we people, like Nirmal Das, Ketsiri Abhay, that type of a people to be work in the ground level of the Sinhala Tamil Muslim society, we can build a nice, beautiful Sri Lanka, because the Aragala time we have seen how the religious together, how the religious leaders giving support to the people, how they were motivating the people. So it's a Samuhika Prayatana. In Sinhala you say it's a social energized activity. So that level we need. Every day we can maintain that power. We can maintain that motivation. So what we do, like a Coca-Cola bottle, if we shake, we shout, later on we will go down. So here I say, every religion in the Buddhism has good thoughts, Islamic have good thoughts, Hinduism. In Hinduism, any part of the way you take, anything you can use for your personal use, for the social wellness. So I believe that as a religion, we can go forward. If we work as a correct religion leaders together, we can get like my type of thinking. So many, there are some good monks, good Buddhist monks, good fathers, good Maulavis. If we gather them together and work together with them, means we can solve this problem very easily. Presently, the Kurundur Malavigara Prashna, uncle knows it very well. So it's unwantedly created a with the political agenda. The ancient days, the Buddhism and Hindu, the Vihara and the temple were located by the one wall different. Some might the archaeology walls were same. The Pansalas wall and the Kovilas wall are same. But people lived happily. Another thing, for a historical evidence, I would like to share, the truth relic of the Buddha is very valuable thing for Buddhist people. But we can get the evidence from the historical, the protection of the truth relics is given to the Velakara army, which was based by the Tamilians. The Tamil princes or the Tamil kings are given the leading position of that army. They are the leaders of that army, but they were supporting to protect the Buddhist truth relic of the Buddhas. How the social bonding was there? What happened to that? The real stories of that social evidence were hidden. Unwater story. Some some kings might be fighting. Okay, they promote that fight, but they promote this type of social good stories. So here, how I'm a Hindu, but I'm a Velakarahami member, I was protecting the Tantadhatu. I'm a Buddhist, I was friendly with the Hindu. How? We have to think about this. So religion is not a boundary to social so like we can say religion is not a barrier to
Social
this
integration.
social development.
Yeah.
Integrated. So I'm very happy to say that I am also one of the prince clan from the Velakara army. So still Rajasingha, still the last king of the Kandy, and still that we was having a direct connection with the Kandy and Dalada Maligawa. Later on, the generation got changed, culture got changed, everything got changed, that got vanished. So how I say is how we lived, how we were happy, how we with harmony. What happened to that? Certain period of after the independence, the unwanted politicians, they started to play unwanted roles. They are the people tried to divide and rule. Our people also, we say on Sinhala nicely, Ravattuna, Ravattua, Ravattuna. That what was happened. So now in the younger generation, they have little bit realized that. Because we say, no, the self-realizations makes us in an awakening point. So we will awake on that. So we realize when we start to realize what was happened. So I always say my students, look at the past. What are the mistakes you have done as a religious wise, as a human wise, as a social wise, as a race wise? Look at on that. No harm to learn that. Learn it perfectly. From that bad experience, try to make it correct. Some experience we can't make it as correct way because we can't change the past, but we can do something in the present to protect the future. From that, think a vision to the present. From the present, think a vision to the future. From that, try to stop this type of unwanted experience and build a good nation. This is the request I say. The last I want to say, the first I was saying, all the religions motivation is same to live happy. The way the religion teach the way of living, how in a happiness way. We say Hinduism, Sanatana Dharma. The religion, the way of living, the religion was stable, the religion of nature. We say we are the religion of nature. Actually, we don't have a name. We don't have a name. Because Saivism, we say we worship Lord Shiva, so that we so-called as Saiva. But we don't have a name. So why that? We have a practicing of it's a practice of a human. So we are ready to say here, as we nowadays they called us as a Hindu, the people who live next to the Sindhus river, the great civilization. So we are ready here to say, or we are ready to call the world. From us, we say Atiti Devo Bhava. That means guest must be treated as God. Atiti Devo Bhava. Then Sinhala friend come to my home, he is a representative of God, Atiti. The Muslim comes to my home, my temple, he is Atiti. So how can we make clash with them? Are you ready to fight with your guest, or you hurt your guest who comes to your home? We never do that. But certain period, some uncultured politician, the unbelief nowadays is a for mistake. The politician who are put the label of the religion, they say Mama Bauddha, Mama Bauddha, Mama Hindu. They use that label and they do unwanted things. The mistake is not from the religion, it's mistake from the politician. So as we religious leaders, as a religious leader, as social activists, we have to be ready to stop that type of a people from using the religion names and label. If we stop that, there's a no need to have this type of a chat, how to Hinduism support to rebuild the social awakeness, social happiness, social peaceness, and something. Because all the religions try to develop peace, happy, and harmony. If it fails, it can't be named as a religion. If any religion fails to rebuild that, it can't be named as a religion. It's something called other name we have to put on that. So I hope I call you all are very great people, all are in a good knowledge, you are well recognized people in this society. So all together we have to work together with this society. If we work together, we can make a massive change. From that, I say the Hindu concept never put a barrier to me. You are a Brahmin, you are a priest, you are a higher priest, you are coming from a very big philosophical way. You can't go and work with a monk. You can't go and work with a father. You can't go and work with a Maulavi. Never there's a religious barriers was never kept to me. According to the Hindu system, there's a no religion barriers to kept to me. I can't work to build the social harmony with another priest. So I call you upon once again. So we will get together. It's a good chat. We had a good dialogue. Now I have got so many grandfathers, because most of the people I don't know Mervin Aya was a grandfather or not, but I have got so many grandfathers for me, because it's a Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam, Shiva Kudumbakam. Always we accept, we say, in our tradition, we say, we don't know anyone means if he comes, for an example, I take a priest. A priest, I doesn't know him. If he comes to my home, I don't know his name, his age, nothing. I call him Mama. Mama means my mother's brother. Always we treat like that. So same practices we do others also. We doesn't know anyone's name means we call Anna or Ayya. Ayya means in single Ayya means brother. It's a in Tamil respectable word we call, like we say no honorable, venerable, or sir, or like respectable way. In Sinhala we say Matituma, Matiniya, Eva, like that type of word. Ayya means it's a respectable word which used for everyone. So there is no issue with the language. There's no issue with the race practices. There's no issue with the religion practices to communicate with other religions. So Hinduism gives the freedom. Go, learn. Our texts clearly say, learn about the Buddhism, what Buddha says. Learn about other philosophical masters. Learn about other Siddhanta, Vishishtadvaita, Advaita, and all type of the philosophical theories. It's freedom to learn. So if you learn as a freedom, if the Ketsari uncle said, we are very freedom to learn Big Bang theory. In the ancient times of the Gurukulam, the rishis, the Gurukulam system, the holy schools systems, that time they learn all type of the knowledge, like how to make a house, everyone learn how to make a house, how to make a shoes, how to make some weapons, how to build some things, how to make some jewels. Everyone learns, but who specialized on that education? Like I was very interested in science, I will become a science master. I was become very interested in Ayurveda and medicine. I will become a doctor. I was very interested in political way. I will become a minister. So that type of the education which was based in Vedic studies, that the Gurukulam system, the Ved want to promote that. So now little bit we have reinsulating the Gurukulam system. Like we have open all people, whatever you want to learn from the Vedic path, there's a no caste barriers. There's a no religion barriers. Nowadays, I am going to teach Hinduism for the Muslim ulamas. I'm going to teach Hinduism for the fathers of the church. So this is the time for us to correct ourselves, to awake ourselves, and we can show our spiritual power to the society to develop. So I was very thankful, Dr. Chula, to giving me a good platform to discuss the fundamental elements which helps to develop the society with the peace and harmony through the Hinduism ideology. Thank you very much. Another request, if in my speech, if anything, I was hurted your minds, thoughts, or your concepts, or if I know, I was telling some other religion examples, but I studies, maybe it might be wrong, or this thing, I apologize you. And some people have their own ideology, own concept with them. So if any concept which I was talking or I was discussing that hurts you, please forgive me. So this I want to ask, because every classes I ask them for the students also. So I am very privileged and very thankful to Dr. Chula, same as the Nirmal Das uncle, Ketsri uncle, and another Mervin Aya and others who was asking the questions and all. I am very thankful for you all giving me a good platform and giving me a good family members, new family members. I am ready to work with you all. Thank you very much. May God bless you. Sarve janaha sugino bhavantu samasta sanmangalani bhavantu. That means all the people of Sri Lanka with the peace and happiness should be showered for them. Sarve janaha sugino bhavantu samasta sanmangalani. All the good things showered for us. Thank you very much. God bless you. Tennarude Sivane Potri, Ennattavarku Muraiva Potri. That's the prayer, the hail for Lord Shiva. Thank you very much. May the God bless Lord Shiva, bless you forever. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, Mr. Sharma.
Thank you very much. I just have to, sorry.
Dr. Chula, one request.
Yeah.
Only one request. Can I make it? This is
Yeah,
from
we run over
Mr.
time. Yeah, tell me. Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Sharma and Mr. Nilmaran and any one who joined the program today, you can please say the prayers today, tomorrow, and send the God to my place. I am living in Manikdwala near Kadugannava. Please send the God to me, see me, and I will have to talk with the God. So don't, if possible, say any prayers and send the God to my house today or before the next program. Okay, thank you very much.
We had a very good
God
vibe today. And I think if you have any exceptional experience, you tell us next time round. So Darshaka, I think it was a very good concluding remark you did today, and very good open talk. So we're not criticizing anybody actually, and that's very good. And different points of view, we learned a lot as well. And today we have actually discussed 2.5 hours nearly. We normally stop at about 2 hours. There's a lot more to discuss, but I'll keep everybody informed about our progress, and I'll send you the YouTube link as well. And next week we'll talk about Buddhism, and then we'll take up common there are lots of people other people want to do various other things in relation to Sri Lankan development. So we have quite a few talks coming up as well. So it's very good. And I'm so pleased that we made so much progress today. And thank you, Darshik, again for all your contributions.
Good night.
Good night. Yeah.
Good night,
night to everybody.
So I will see the God before the next
You'll see some experience, I'm telling you.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr.
Bye.
Nirmalan.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.